May I inquire, Your Honor?
You may. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Griffin, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how old you are at this moment?
I'm 19.
And do you work?
I do.
What do you do for a living?
I do sales at Iron Solar Pros.
Iron what?
Ion Solar Pros.
Okay. Just keep your voice up, okay? You're soft-spoken. And how long have you been working where you're working?
About 7 months.
7 months? And are you nervous?
Yes.
And prior to today's testimony, have you and I met?
Yes.
And why did we meet?
Because of this instance.
Now I want to direct your attention to May 14th of 2022, okay? How old were you back then?
I was 16.
And were you in school?
I was.
Where were you in school?
I was a sophomore at Shelton High School.
And did you play any sports?
I played football and lacrosse.
Now, I want to direct your attention to around 6 p.m. on May 14th of 2022. Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you were doing around that time?
I was getting ready and headed over to one of my friend's houses.
And what friend's house were you going to?
My friend Natalia.
And did you go there with anybody?
I went with my buddy Ryan Hines.
And how do you know Ryan Hines?
He moved to Shelton in 8th grade, and we played football together ever since then.
And when you got to Natalia's house, did you stay long?
Decently, not terribly. We were there for a few hours.
A few hours. And when you got to Natalia's house, what kind of things were you doing there?
There was a small group of us. We were just hanging out. Had a drink or two. It was really it, just kind of sitting around, hanging out.
And when you said you had a drink or two, what kind of things were you drinking?
Beers.
Beers. And you said you had two beers?
Yeah.
Okay. And at some point in time, did you come to leave Natalia's house at some point in time?
Yeah.
And why did you leave Natalia's house?
So me and Hines were a little bit bored, and we had known that our buddy Austin Leifer was throwing a party, and I'd grown up with him, so I gave him a text, and I was like, hey, do you mind if me and Hines came? He told us, yeah, feel free, come on over. So we had basically my cousin Tanner pick us up, and he dropped us off there.
Now you say Austin Leifer. How do you know Austin Leifer?
I've known him since we were young, 4th grade. We played sports together, went to school together.
And they were having a party at their house?
Yeah.
And where does Austin live, if you can recall?
I don't know the number, maybe 5, Lazy Brook Road.
Lazy Brook Road?
Yeah.
And so at some point, your cousin Tanner, that Tanner who?
Chernowski.
Okay, and is he your blood relative?
No, we've just known each other since we were born.
Okay. And at some point, Tanner comes and picks you and who else up?
Ryan.
Okay, just the two of you?
Yeah.
And when he picks you up, where does he take you?
To Austin's house.
Okay. And when you get to Austin's house, around what time of night was it?
I'm not sure, maybe around 10.
Okay. And when you got to Austin's house, who got out of the car?
Me and Hines.
Okay. And did Tanner get out of the car?
No, he left.
So Tanner just dropped you off and left?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you got out of the car, tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what happened during that sequence of events.
Me and Hines step out of the car, begin walking up the driveway.
Well, let me stop you there. Did you bring anything with you to Lazy Brook?
Hines had a 12-rack of beer.
12-pack of beer? What kind of beer was it?
I believe Bud Light.
Okay. And when you got out of the car, you and Hines, tell us what you and Hines did after that.
We began to go in. We entered the garage, and then we were encountered by 3 St. Joe's kids asking us basically who we were, which we expected. Like, what are we doing here, this and that. We told them Austin had invited us.
Sustained. I'm going to strike what Mr. Hines said or what the other person stated. So if you took a note on it, please discard it, strike it from your notes. It's not to be considered for evidence in this case, okay?
So without telling us what they said, did you have a conversation with these 3 individuals?
Yes.
And do you know who these 3 individuals were?
At that given time, they were just 3 SJ kids to me.
Do you know who they are now?
Yes.
And who are they?
Tyler De Silva, Jack Snyder, and Raul Valle.
Okay. And is Raul Valle in court today?
Yes, he is.
And what is he wearing?
Black suit.
And can you point him out for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness identified the defendant in this case?
Court will let the record reflect the witness identified the defendant. You may proceed.
And does the defendant have a nickname?
Yes,
What
Lido.
is his nickname?
Lido.
Lido? So when you and Hines got to the St. Joe's party, the defendant and his two friends confronted you
Yeah.
and Hines?
Yes.
And without telling us what anybody said, what was that confrontation like?
Between two dudes who never see each other, they were in a place where they were comfortable with, not knowing that was a place we were also comfortable with. So they were a little, who are you guys? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Kind of hostile, not really, but it escalates when one of them grabs Heinz's beer out of his hand. We move outside.
Well, let me stop you there. Before you move outside, does the defendant say anything to you or Hines when you're confronted by him and Tyler and Jack?
I don't remember specifically.
Okay. And at some point in time, someone takes Heinz's beer?
Yes.
Who takes Heinz's beer?
Jack Snyder.
And when that happens, what's the reaction that, if anything, that Hines has at that moment?
He's pissed off that someone just grabbed his beer out of his hand. So we move outside afterwards. The two of them conclude that they'd fight for the beer back.
Okay. And the two of them that you're referring to?
Hines and Jack Snyder.
Okay. And at some point in time, did they confront each other as if they were going to fight?
Yes.
Were you present and witnessed that
Yes.
happening? And when that happened, what, if anything, can you tell us about where, withdrawn? Based on your recollection, do you know if Tyler DeSilva was present at that moment?
Yes.
And where was he standing at that moment?
So Hines and Snyder are looking at each other. DeSilva's to Snyder's left.
So if you're Ryan and I'm,
DeSilva's right there.
so he's over to Jack's left?
Yes.
Okay. Was the defendant present when this was happening?
Yes.
And when do you recall where he was standing before, when Jack and
He
Jack
was
and Ryan-
right here to Hines.
behind him, to his right?
Like peripheral.
Okay. Now, what do you recall about what happened next when you were witnessing this?
They both put their hands up. They're about to begin fighting, and the first punch was thrown, but by Lido from the back, and it hit Hines in this back side of the head, and then Hines instantly takes Snyder to the ground.
So if you're Jack and I'm Ryan, the defendant is here, and he punches Ryan in the face from behind?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, when that happens, what occurs next?
Hines instantly takes him to the ground, and this is like a 30-second thing that from start to finish. And once he gets to the ground, a girl they all knew was like trying to break it up. Lido had a motorcycle helmet on. He had taken it off and struck Hines with it once or twice, hit him in the head.
Now, when the fight starts after the defendant punches Ryan from behind, does anybody else jump in the fight?
Once they get to the ground, Lido hits him with the helmet. So yeah, I guess that's jumping into the fight.
Did Tyler jump into the fight?
The way they fell, I only saw like his upper body. I didn't see any fists, so maybe he kicked, but I'm not here to say yes
So
or
at
no.
some point in time, Jack and Ryan are engaged in a fight, and what do you witness the defendant do?
Hit him with the motorcycle helmet.
So he comes over and hits him with the helmet. How does he hit him with the helmet?
Takes it off and strikes him down on it twice, I believe.
Okay. Do you recall what Tyler DeSilva was wearing that night?
A powder blue jersey. It was open, like a white shirt on. I think jeans.
And do you recall what the defendant was wearing that night?
Also a powder blue shirt with black, I think, sweatpants.
And do you recall what Jack Snyder was wearing that night?
A red hoodie and black sweatpants.